Anyway, so attack number one also led me to being in the volleyball team. I auditioned when I was in seventh grade at American School Japan, ASIJ, and I got the A team and I was super excited. And then I went on to play volleyball for like 12 years. So obviously a huge influence on me as well. So another anime, sports anime that for me was a big influence would be Eiso Nerai, which literally means aim for the ace. And this anime started around 1979. This was another one that a lot of girls around my age were obsessed with. And this series actually is considered to be one of the best-selling shoujo or teen girl demographic manga series of all time. And it is a tennis anime, a little bit similar to like Attack Number One, where, of course it talks about the team dynamics going on and with the coach, with the friends. There's always a heroine, of course. And then all the drama that happens with rival schools and whatnot. Eiso Nerae, I saw that anime and I started playing tennis with my dad. I used to love playing tennis. And it was because of this anime. So fast forward to, I think it was around 2003, I got an audition for a live action version of Eiso Nerae that they were going to be creating in Japan. And I was blown away. I remember the agency calling me and saying, "Hey, Lisa, we have this, audition for an anime. I don't know if you've heard of it, but they're turning it into a live action. It's called Eiso Nerai." And I was like, "What? Oh yeah, I'm there. I'm there." So I get to, I think it was TV Asahi. TV Asahi. And I go to the director and producer's, office, and I'm super excited. Of course, they want me to be like the big bad Russian opponent, like super strong, so I brought my tennis racket. I wasn't told to bring a racket, but I did because that's how I roll. And I brought it and I was like, "You guys don't know, I'm such a big fan." And I'm pretty sure that they were just sitting there listening to me going, "What is going on right now? Why is this tall blonde chick talking about aim for the ace or ace o nerae?" And, she's like doing these swings like, "Yeah, this. Yeah." So anyway, needless to say, I did not get that part. To this day, I'm a little sad about it, but that's okay. So another anime that for me is a huge influence and I was completely obsessed with is Candy Candy. And like the other two, this is one that probably every girl my age, a little bit older, younger, loved. We all loved Candy Candy. This was a manga series, of course, it's an adaptation into an anime. And it's a story about a young girl who grows up in an orphanage. And then she gets adopted into a wealthy family. And the family start to treat her badly, and she becomes their servant. I mean, it has a little bit of like a Cinderella theme going on, right? It came out in 1975. And, then of course, Candy Candy finds her first love, Anthony Brown, or Anthony, as they called him. And so things started looking up for Candy Candy. But then one day she died, or not she, sorry. Anthony dies in a hunting accident. They are both on horses, and then his horse, the hoof, gets caught in a trap. And he goes flying and then he dies. And I just remember being so devastated by that. To the point where I remember going up to my mom and saying, "Mom, Anthony died. I don't think I can go to school tomorrow." Well, let's just say that didn't work well. I did have to go to school, but nice try. A for effort. This is how important this show was to me. I even remember like the theme song, "What up there? What up there? What up the candy?" It was kind of fun, cute, buriko. So fast forward to around 2013. Anime Expo, which is a really big anime event here in Los Angeles, happens every summer. And I'm looking through the guest roster because I'm going to be going there that year. And so I look at the guest roster and I see Kazuhiko Inoue. He plays the role of Anthony. And I thought, oh my gosh. I was so excited. A lot of times people will ask, have you fangirled at, because I've worked with so many different people, that I'm a huge fan of, right? And they said, have you ever fangirled? I was like, yes, there's this one time. So I'm at Anime Expo. I go into the green room. I'm just hanging out. And all of a sudden, who walks in but Mr. Kazuhiko Inoue? He goes over, like opens a little bottle of water, he's just kind of sipping, like chilling, relaxing. And meanwhile, my brain is going a mile a minute. I'm like, oh my gosh, oh my gosh, oh my gosh. I have to go say hi. I have to go say hi. I have to go say hi. But then I'm also thinking, I can't do that. This is the green room. Like that would be so just not good, but I finally said, you know what, Liesel, you might never see him again. So I go over to him and I'm like, Anthony Daisuke, which means I love Anthony. His eyes, he looked at me like, what? I think he was, and I was like, mo candy daisuki nan desu yo. And I'm like, I love candy. And he's just looking at me, trying to understand what's going on in front of him, right? Because he sees this tall blonde chick who's speaking to him, one, in Japanese, two, talking about this anime that he did years ago and about how she loves it so much and she loves Anthony. And he was just so shocked by it all. But of course, do I take it a step further? Yes, I do, because that's how I roll. And I started singing the theme song, the opening song to him. I'm like, waratte, waratte, waratte candy, nakimushi nante sayonara, ne, waratte candy. And he just looked at me like, oh my. I remember I was actually with a friend of mine and she was sitting down. She was like, I can't even be associated with what's going on right now. Right. But, anyway, so, obviously I'm sure left some kind of impression on him. And then I asked if I could take a picture, and even in the picture, it's so funny because now I look at it and his face is like frozen. I'm like super excited. I have a big smile on my face. And he has a smile, but it's like, yes, this is creepy. Get me out of here kind of thing. So that happened. Then a few years later, I'm at another big event and he is the guest. One of the guests. So I find out I have to do the moderating and interpreting for his panels. I'm like, oh my gosh, how embarrassing. He's going to be like, no. I don't want her to help me at all. I'm good. I'm okay. I can handle things on my own. But so I go to meet him and his manager. I don't say anything about, the fact that I had worked with him before or met him. And so we're talking about what to talk about in the panel and blah, blah, blah. Meanwhile, I keep looking up and he's kind of looking at me funny. And I'm thinking, oh no, maybe he knows. So we finished the meeting. And then, as he's getting ready to leave, he's like, I remember you. You're that pink lady, or not pink lady. You're that candy girl. You love candy. You love Anthony, right? You were singing to me in the green room, right? And his manager was like, what happened? And I couldn't say no, right? I was like, yeah, that would be me. Anyway, but it was like a really fun, really thinking about just the idea that I was able to meet him when he was this childhood voice that I heard, character that I absolutely adored. It was just like a really cool experience. But anyway, so that's just a little bit of my J-pop culture. And this is a topic that I think will be coming up a lot because I have a lot of other really fun and crazy stories to tell you guys about experiences or other influences that I have. But anyway, I just wanted to say, first of all, there's a lot going on in the world right now. It's kind of a crazy time. And Yeah, I just think that, I found out the other day that, someone who I knew from my elementary school, in Tokyo, that she had been battling depression, the whole time during COVID. And she decided she couldn't handle it anymore. And so I found out like a few days ago that she passed away. She lost her battle to depression. And when I heard that, I was like, man, when you think about it, everything that we've all gone through these past couple years, right, has been extremely intense. And sometimes you forget to pat yourself on the back for making it this far and for getting through all those crazy struggles that we all have. We all have our own individual battle, right, that we're dealing with. And so I just want to say, take some time at some point and just really pat yourself on the back for the fact that you're still here and you're still fighting. I think that that's really, there's something to be said for that. I try to do that a lot. I try to really have a sense of gratefulness for a lot of stuff that's happened in my life. And so anyway, I just wanted to end on that note, but I want to thank you guys again for joining me. And once more, this is going to be a journey that I'm going to be talking a lot about some personal stuff. And I hope that you guys enjoy it. I want to thank you for all the support that you guys have been giving me until now for my podcast. So this is Lisa Wilkerson signing off on Adventures of a Blonde Geisha. Thank you so much and have a wonderful, peaceful day or night wherever you are. Lots of love. どんなに寂しい風が心吹き